again, and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem, and I'm all set to count down the biggest hits in the USA. Every week, Billboard magazine checks radio stations and record stores across the land to find the 100 most popular songs. We take the 40 right off the top and count them down to number one. And here we go.
Number 40.
Leading off the first hit for a new English band who call themselves Danny Wilson. Only there is no Danny Wilson in the band. Their song is Mary's Prayer.
Everything is wonderful. Being here is heavenly. Every single day she sends. Everything is free. I used to be so careless, as if I couldn't care less. Did I have to make this list when I was Mary's Prayer? Suddenly the heavens rolled. Suddenly the rain came down. Suddenly was washed away. Mary that I knew. So when you find somebody you can think of me and celebrate, I made such a big mistake when I was Mary's Prayer. So if I say shake the tree too hard, bough is gonna break. If I can't reach the top of the tree, Mary, you can blow me up there. What I would give to be when I was Mary's Prayer. So if I sing, be the light in my eyes. If I sing,
Mary's Prayer by Danny Wilson, a three-man English band who debut at number 40 with their first chart single. After debuting at number 39 last week, the four-man Canadian band from Vancouver, the band called Prism, holds at that spot for a second week. Their song is Don't Let Him Know.
Here we are, waking up by the firelight. Now you worry 'cause it's 4 a.m. And I'm wondering what you're gonna say to him. And this problem's go. I'd say we got one here. Do you wanna leave or do you
The group is Prism's second week at that position, number 39, with Don't Let Him Know. Coming up on American Top 40, a hit song whose master tape was seized by federal agents last September and held as evidence in a major drug raid. A song called Suzanne.
The hits from coast to coast. American Top 40.
AT40 originates in Hollywood. Well, here's another of our 6 debuts. A new song from the Moody Blues from their new album, Sur la Mer. That's French for By the Sea. Coming in at number 38, here's I Know You're Out There Somewhere.
I know you're out there somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. I know I'll find you somehow, and somehow I'll return again to you. The mist is lifting slowly, I can see the way, and I've left behind the empty streets that once inspired my life. And the strength of the emotion is like thunder in the air, 'cause the promise that we made each other haunts me to the end. I know you're out there somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. I know you're out there somewhere, somewhere you can hear my voice. I know I'll find you somehow, somehow, somehow. I know I'll find you somehow, and somehow I'll return again to you. Yes, I know it's gonna happen. I can feel it getting near, and seem to be returning to the fountain of our youth. And if you wake up wondering, in the darkness I'll be there. My arms will close around you and protect you with the truth. I know you're out there somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. I know you're out there somewhere, somewhere you can hear my voice. I know I'll find you somehow, somehow, somehow. I know I'll find you somehow, and somehow I'll return again to you.
Debuting at number 38, the Moody Blues with I Know You're Out There Somewhere. You're listening to the week's biggest hits on American Top 40. I'm Casey Kasem. And now we're up to a hit song from a master tape that was seized by federal agents last September and held as evidence in a major drug raid. Here's that story. About a year and a half ago, the group Journey were recording songs for a new album. They used a studio near their home base of San Francisco. But with some of the band members also working on solo projects and 2 of the band's members leaving the band, work on that new album kept getting postponed. By June of '85, only 8 songs had been finished. By the end of summer, Journey was still recording. Well, one day in September, when Journey was not at that studio, federal agents made a surprise raid. They seized the building and its contents and arrested its owner. No one went in, nothing came out. The studio was closed down, the doors were locked, and federal marshals stood guard. Locked inside were the master tapes of that long-awaited Journey album. Well, there must have been some rock and roll fans in the federal government, because Journey was eventually allowed to send a representative over to that recording studio and pick up those seized tapes. He was thoroughly searched going in and coming out, but the feds did hand over the valuable recordings, and those tapes became Journey's 11th album, Raised on Radio. finally released just this past April. And here's the second big hit from that album, Suzanne. Suzanne, their latest from the album Raised on Radio, debuts this week at number 37. It's their 15th top 40 hit as the countdown rolls on.
Casey's Coast to Coast, American Top 40.
We're coming to you from Hollywood. Here's the London trio featuring Tony Lewis, John Spinks, and Alan Jackman. They're the Outfield, and this week they hit a triple, up 3 notches to number 36, Since You've Been Gone.
Since you've been gone, there's something I wanna say. Since you've been gone, there's no one taking your place. Since you've been gone, I've just been fooling around. Since you've been gone, this world's been turned upside down. Good
Field and Since You've Been Gone moves from 39 up to 36 this week. Now from the AT40 archives. Another of the number one songs of the 60s. We're reviewing them all from January 1960 to December 1969. And we're up to July 1967. This was the 166th number one single of that decade, Windy by The Association. In our weekly review of all the number one songs of the 60s from the AT40 archives of July 1967, that was The Association with Windy, Billboard's 166th number one single of the 60s. This is American Top 40 in Hollywood, California, counting down the most popular songs in the USA.
The hits from coast to coast. American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem, counting them down to number one. Did you know that a cat is more likely to watch television than a dog? That's what researchers say, because cats rely more on a sense of sight, while dogs rely on a sense of smell. So more cats are TV watchers. Strange but true. At number 35 in our countdown, we got another strange but true story by the duo Times Two.
I've got the room upstairs from you. It's a room without a view. But all that could change if I just get through. Oh, to you and I keep my feelings to myself. I've never reached for someone else. But lately I'm thinking that
But true. Times 2 from Point Reyes, California. The duo took their first hit up to number 21. This week dropped from 24 to 35. On AT40, I'm Casey Kasem. We're counting down the hottest hits in the USA, and we don't stop till we get to the top.
Number 34.
Holding at that position for the fourth week in a row is the first American hit by the Australian band Moving Pictures. Here's What About Me?
There's a little boy waiting at the counter of a corner shop. He's been waiting down there, waiting half a day. They never ever see him from the top. He gets pushed around, knocked to the ground. He gets to his feet and he says, what about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more than you give. Well, there's a pretty girl serving at the counter of a corner shop. She's been waiting back there, waiting for a dream. Her dreams walk in and out, they never stop. Well, she's not too proud to cry out loud. She runs to the street and she screams, what about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live. You just take more than you give. More than you Take a step back and see the little people. There might be other than words that make the big people big. So listen as they whisper, what about me? Now I'm standing on the corner, all the world's gone home. Nobody's changed, nobody's been saved, and I'm feeling cold and alone. I guess I'm lucky, I smile a lot, but sometimes I wish for more than I've got. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more. You just take more. You just take more than you give. What about me? What about me? What about me?
From the LP Days of Innocence, the group Moving Pictures from Australia. Their first American hit at number 34, fourth week in a row. What About Me? This is American Top 40 in Hollywood, California, counting down the most popular songs in the USA. I'm Casey Kasem. We'll continue in a moment. 33 big hits on our way to number 1. Don't go away.
American Top 40.
Every week, American Top 40 is heard in the 50 states and around the world on great radio stations like WFVA, Fredericksburg, Virginia, KRWN, Farmington, New Mexico, and CHOZ, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. At number 33 for a second week, here's the second hit song for the Englishman Howard Jones. What is Love?
I love you whether or not you love me. I love you even if you think that I don't. Sometimes I find you doubt my love for you, but I don't mind. Why should I mind? Why should I mind? What is love? Anyway, Anyway, does anybody love anybody anyway? Does anybody love anybody anyway? What is love?
Howard Jones and his follow-up to New Song, What is Love, from the LP Humans Live, at number 33, again this week.
Number 32.
A few positions back, we heard a song by the Boston group Boston. Well, here's another group from the home of the bean and the cod. They call themselves The Cars, and this is their first top 40 hit. Moving up 2 notches to number 32, here are The Cars and Just What I Needed.
I don't mind you coming here, wasting all my time. 'Cause when you're standing oh so near, I kinda lose my mind. It's not the perfume that you wear, it's not the ribbons in your hair. I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. Doesn't matter where you've been, as long as it was deep, yeah. You always knew you very well, and you look so fancy, I can tell. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. I guess you're just what I needed. I needed someone to feed. I guess you're just what I needed. I needed someone to please. I guess you're just what I needed. I needed someone to feed. I guess you're just what I needed. I needed someone to please. Yeah, so sleepy. You're just what I needed. You're just what I needed. You're just what I needed. Yeah.
Survey song number 32, moving up 2 notches, 3rd week on the chart. The Cars and Just What I Needed. Every week, AT40 is heard in the 50 states and around the world on great radio stations like WTTL AM 1310 Madisonville, Kentucky, Z95 Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, and B104 Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a group who have put 3 songs into the top 40, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, Sister Christian, and the follow-up to that hit, up 5 notches to number 31 this week, When You Close Your Eyes. Here's the group Night Ranger.
What do you do when it's falling apart and you knew it was gone from the very start? When you close your eyes and dream about me. I fell in love with a gleam in your eye. I was a younger boy, all dressed in white. We're older now. Do you still think about me? I remember we learned about love in the back of a Chevrolet. But it felt so good to be up. Feels like yesterday.
Close Your Eyes. Night Ranger on American Top 40 from their LP Midnight Madness. They move from 36 to 31 in our countdown. From Hollywood, this is American Top 40. I'm Casey Kasem, and we have 30 hits to go to the number one tune in the nation. And the countdown will continue in just a moment. We're counting down the hits, the 40 biggest from the official Billboard chart. I'm Casey Kasem. This is American Top 40, and the countdown continues on our way to the number one song in the USA.
Number 30.
They first made the Top 40 back in 1985 with the song So in Love. Their biggest hit came a year later with If You Leave, hit number 4. A few weeks ago, their fourth Top 40 hit maneuvered its way to number 16. Now, here's Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark at number 30 with Dreaming. By the four-man band based in Liverpool, England, OMD. They're one of 10 British acts in this week's survey. Their song drops 5 notches to number 30. I'm Casey Kasem. This is American Top 40. Last week, Scottish singers Lulu and Sheena Easton debuted in the 40 back-to-back. This week, they're still back-to-back. We just heard Lulu's song. Now let's hear Sheena Easton's. Up 6 notches to 29, she sings For Your Eyes Only from the James Bond movie.
For your eyes only can see me through the night. For your eyes only, I never need to hide. You can see so much in me that's new. I never felt till I looked at you. For your eyes
Easton with a title song from the motion picture For Your Eyes Only. At number 29, moving up 6 big notches on American Top 40.
The hits from coast to coast. American Top 40.
This is Casey Kasem on American Top 40 in Hollywood. Well, now we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a father in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of our family. And my daughters have been very broken up since he died. We buried him in a part of the yard where he liked to lie on sunny days. There was a hit song back in the 70s called Shannon. As I recall, it was about a dog who swam into the ocean and never came back. The song had lyrics about finding an island with a tree like the one in our backyard. It's a nice description of dog heaven. Casey, could you please play Shannon and dedicate it to my daughters Kathleen and Ryan? I want them to know that Snuggles is resting peacefully in his favorite place and still very much with the rest of the family. Sincerely, Walt. Okay, Walt, here's your long-distance dedication.
Another day's at end. Mama says she's tired again. No one can even begin to tell her. Hardly know what to say, but maybe it's better that way. If Papa were here, I'm sure he'd tell her. Somehow she's keeping it all inside her. But finally the tears fill our eyes, and I know that somewhere tonight she knows how much we really miss her.
1976, that's Henry Gross's top 10 hit, Shannon, a long-distance dedication from Walt in Cincinnati for his daughters Kathleen and Ryan. This is Casey on American Top 40. And now we're up to a song by a band of musicians whose ancestors beat Christopher Columbus to the punch. They're from the Scandinavian country whose ancient warrior sailors visited America long before Columbus discovered it. The name of this pop rock act is Aha. And they're from the country in Northern Europe, which 1,000 years ago was the home of Leif Erikson. It was from the Scandinavian country of Norway that Erikson and his Vikings set sail around the year 1000. Their intent was to go to Iceland to spread Christianity. But their ships were blown off course, and they wound up landing in a place that Leif Erikson named Vineland. And many archaeologists believe that that was actually the coast of Newfoundland in Canada. Now, if their theories are correct, then North America was discovered by a band of Vikings from Norway, 500 years before Columbus landed in the West Indies. And now, the first Norwegian band of musicians lands on the American pop music charts. Although a solo act, Annifrid Lyngstad of ABBA, was the first Norwegian to make the top 40. At number 28, climbing 10 notches this week, here's the song called Take On Me by the band called Aha, direct from Norway. The band from Norway called Aha. They moved 10 notches second week in the countdown, up to number 28.
Number 27.
Up 3 notches this week on the Billboard chart, the Canadian trio from Toronto, Triumph. Somebody's out there.
Is it fate or random can I decide? Are we victims of circumstance when destinies collide? All the odds are against you, but somehow you make it through. You can rationalize it away, but it all comes down to you. Half our lives we spend waiting for the knock upon the door. When it comes, will it be the one that I've been waiting for? Somebody's out there somewhere, waiting for someone to come their way. Somebody's out there somewhere, I will somehow be somebody somewhere. Someday. I can feel it inside me. I've been holding on so long. Someone's telling me something's got to give, 'cause the feeling's way too strong, too strong. Somebody's out there somewhere, waiting for someone to come their way. Somebody's out there somewhere, I will make them mine. Somebody's out there somewhere, waiting for someone to come their way. Somebody's out there somewhere, I will somehow be somebody somewhere. Someday, somebody's out there somewhere. Someday, somebody's out there
Somebody's Out There, moving from number 30 to number 27. The band Triumph from Canada, one of 13 foreign acts in this week's countdown. I'm Casey Kasem. You're listening to American Top 40.
The hits from coast to coast. American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem, counting them down to number 1. There are 15 songs by groups in our countdown this week, and here's one of them. At number 26, REO Speedwagon, Don't Let 'Em Go.
So you think you'll let you got him all figured out? He's a sweet talking stud who can melt a girl's heart with his pout. He's the kind of lover that the ladies dream about. Yes, he is. He's got plenty of hair, she's got plenty
The third hit song from the High Infidelity #1 LP by REO Speedwagon. At number 26, moving up to Don't Let Him Go. This is Casey Kasem on American Top 40 in Hollywood. We're on our way to the #1 song in the USA and counting down.
Number 25.
Up 6 notches, 33-year-old Stevie Nicks and Edge of 17.
Just like the one winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the one winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is long. I begin again. Said to my friend, baby, nothing else matters. He was no more than a baby then. When he seemed broken hearted, something within him. But the moment that I first lay eyes on you, all alone on the edge of 17. Just like the white winged dove sings songs and she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, and ooh. Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, and ooh. The clouds never expected when it rains, but the sea changes color, but the sea does not change. So with the slow, graceful flow of age, I went forth with an angel's desire to please on the edge of 17. Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Well, in the family, there was no one left standing in the hall. Yeah, yeah, it's all up to you. There's no one really ever heard for at all. Well, I've been searching for an answer, still down the hall, not to find an answer, just to hear the call of a number singing, come away, come away, come away. Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Well, I hear you in the morning, and I hear you at nightfall. Sometimes to be near you is to be able to feel you. My love, I'm a few years older than you. I'm a few years older than you. Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the white winged dove.
Stevie Nicks on American Top 40, third week on the chart, now at number 25 with Edge of 17.
The hits from coast to coast.
This is Casey Kasem on AT40 in Hollywood. And now, my special report on what we Americans spend our money on for entertainment. It's got a lot to do with where our heads are. A generation ago, the dream of most kids was to become a movie star. But not anymore. Nowadays, more kids have their hearts set on becoming music stars, country, soul, or pop. Playing for screaming concert audiences and making those hit records. That's where the new glamour and the action are. And apparently that's where we're looking now for most of our entertainment. Until a couple of years ago, movie tickets used to get most of our money. But that's all changed. Accurate figures are impossible to get, but let me give you some estimates for 1977. Total ticket sales for Major League Baseball, basketball, football, and hockey combined came to maybe $1 billion. Movie box offices took in about $2.5 billion. But way out in front with sales of $3.5 billion was recorded music. For entertainment, we're spending more money on records and tapes than anything else. And that's the name of that game. My special report on which branch of entertainment is getting the biggest bucks. And the countdown continues.
Number 24.
Here's Eddie Money with 2 Tickets to Paradise. AT40, his follow-up to Baby Hold On, now at number 24, moving up 2, is 2 Tickets to Paradise. The song at number 23 in the countdown moves up 7 big notches. It's by the band whose debut LP became the number 1 LP of last year. It's the name of the group, Asia. Here they are with Don't Cry.
Don't leave it all behind you.
Asia on American Top 40, the English band at number 23, moving up 7, third week on the chart with Don't Cry.
American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem. We're counting down the most popular songs in the land, and we don't stop till we get to the top.
Number 22.
Up 3 notches to 22, here's the long-lived British group The Moody Blues, still hitting after 16 years. Their follow-up to Gemini Dream, it's called The Voice.
Won't you take me back to school? I need to learn the golden rule. Won't you lay it on the line? I need to hear it just one more time. Oh, won't you tell me again? Oh, can you feel it? Oh, won't you tell me again tonight? Each and every heart, it seems, is bounded by a world of dreams. Each and every rising sun is greeted by a lonely one. Oh, won't you tell me again? Oh, can you feel it? Oh, won't you tell me again tonight? Tonight. 'Cause out on the ocean of life, my love, there's so many storms we must rise above. Can you hear the spirit calling as it's carried across the waves? You're already falling, it's calling you back to face the music and the song that is coming through. You're already falling, the one that is calling is you. Make a promise, take a vow, and trust your feelings, it's easy now. Understand the voice within and feel a change already beginning. Oh, won't you tell me again? Oh, can you feel it? Oh, won't you tell me again tonight? Oh, won't you tell me again? Oh, can you feel it? Oh, won't you tell me again tonight? Tonight. How many words have I got to say? And how many times will it be this way? With your arms around the future and your back up against the past, you're already falling. It's calling you on to face the music and the song that is coming through. You're already falling. The one that is calling is you. Each and every heart, it seems, is bounded by a world of dreams. Each and every rising sun is greeted by a lonely, lonely one. Won't you tell me again? Oh, can you feel it? Oh, won't you tell me again tonight? Oh, can you feel it? Oh, won't you tell me again tonight?
The Moody Blues, fourth week on American Top 40, moving from 25 to 22 this week with their 10th Top 40 hit. It's called The Voice.
Number 21.
Up 6 notches to 21, it's Huey Lewis and the News. They have the heart of rock and roll.
New York is everything they say, and no place that I'd rather be. Where else can you do 500,000 things, all at a quarter to free? When they play their music, ooh, that modern music, they like it with a lot of style, but it's still that
Huey Lewis and the News from the Sports LP, The Heart of Rock and Roll. It moves from 27 to 21 in our countdown this week.
The hits from coast to coast.
We're counting down the hottest hits in the nation on American Top 40. I'm Casey Kasem.
Number 20.
Climbing another 3 notches, here's the band who are a supergroup back home in Great Britain. They're the English band Slade with Run, Run Away. Runaway by Slade on American Top 40 at number 20, moving up 3 notches, 7th week in the countdown. We're up to the 3-man British band who have been touring the States this summer, opening shows for the Starship, also playing a few solo dates too. It's the trio called The Outfield. At 19, they're in with All the Love in the World.
I can't believe the things that happened to me. I guess that I should have seen a long, long time ago. Let us get right and help me get through the night. So I'll just turn out the light and sleep here all alone.
English band The Outfield with their second top 40 hit. Their first is Your Love. This one at number 19, moving up 3 notches, is All the Love in the World. This is Casey on American Top 40. The last time British rock group ELO were in the countdown, they went to number 8 with Xanadu, a co-hit with Olivia Newton-John. Now here's their current hit, moving up 3 to number 18. Hold On Tight, ELO.
Hold on tight to your dream. Hey, hold on tight to your dream. When you see a ship go sailing, when you feel your heart is breaking, hold on tight to your dream. Sail on time to be gone. Hey, time just rolls on and on. When you need a shoulder to cry on, when you get so sick of trying, just hold on tight to your dream. When you get so down that you can't get up, and you want so much but you're all out of luck. When you're so downhearted and misunderstood, just over and over and over you could. Accrochez-toi à ton rêve. Accrochez-toi à ton rêve. Quand tu vois ton bateau partir, quand tu sens ton cœur s'épuiser, accrochez-toi à ton rêve. When you get so down that you can't get up, and you want so much but you're all out of luck. When you're so downhearted and misunderstood, just over and over and over you could. Hold on tight to your dream. Hey, hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. When you see the shadows falling, when you hear the cold wind calling, hold on tight to your dream. Ooh, yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
ELO, the Electric Light Orchestra, at number 18 on American Top 40, moving up 3 notches, 5th week on the chart with Hold On Tight.
The hits from coast to coast. American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem, counting them down to number 1. Here's the first hit by an English-American band who named themselves after a book by English author and critic Virginia Woolf. They took part of their name from her 1931 novel, The Waves. They are Katrina and the Waves, climbing 4 notches to number 17 with Walking on Sunshine. holiday song 17. Moving up 4 notches, Katrina and the Waves. Their first chart single, Walking on Sunshine. I'm Casey Kasem. You're listening to American Top 40. Late in 1981, a song called Poor Man's Son came into the countdown. It was the first time the band Survivor hit the top 40. This now is their 8th time. Their song was number 9 for the past couple of weeks, drops to number 16 this week. And it's called Is This Love?
I've heard talk of blind devotion, lovers through thick and thin. Lives touched with real emotion, faithful till the bitter end. Now, I must admit that the story's attractive of love and far too many affairs. I see it all the pain that the morning can bring. I need to prove to myself this is more than a crush. Can you convince me it's not just a physical rush? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love that's been keeping me up all night? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? So many nights in blind confusion, I walk the line of love. We reach out in disillusion when one night isn't nearly enough. Now, I'd like to know that for once in my life, I'm sure of what tomorrow may bring. I've heard all your talk, can I take it to heart? Now look me straight in the eye, 'cause tonight is the night. We've got to ask each other if the moment is right. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love that's been keeping me up all night? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? I've heard those mean streets, blind alleys where the currency of love changes hands. All touch, no feeling, just another one-night stand. I need to know that there's someone who cares. Could you be the angel to answer my prayers? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love that's been keeping me up all night? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love that's been keeping me up all night? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? Is this love?
Is This Love? The 8th top 40 hit for the Chicago band Survivor. It's from their album When Seconds Count. As the countdown continues.
The hits from coast to coast.
Every week, American Top 40's heard in the 50 states and around the world on great radio stations like WPDM 1470 Potsdam, New York, The Great 98, Houghton, Michigan, Sweet 98, KQKQ, Omaha, Nebraska, and CFRW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. At number 15, we've got a song that hit the Hot 100 twice in the past year. It was originally released back in August, only went to number 72. But now it's back and doing a lot better the second time around. At number 15, Bruce Hornsby and the Range with Every Little Kiss.
Way out here, looking on the docks, every little kiss, every little word, every little
Little Kiss, Bruce Hornsby and The Range. Their third top 40 hit climbs 3 more notches this week to number 15. I'm Casey Kasem. This is AT40. Well, now we're up to our AT40 Extra, a number 1 smash by the act that holds the record for most consecutive weeks at number 1 on the album chart. It's a 4-man band who were created as an American copy of the Beatles. Each of the members had a distinct and pleasing personality. There was the Englishman girls thought was so cute, Davy Jones, former child actor Mickey Dolenz, shy blonde Peter Tork, and tall Michael Nesmith, the most experienced musician of the group. In copying the Beatles, their manager even formed their name the same way. They took the name of an interesting animal and changed the spelling slightly. They called them the Monkees, spelled M-O-N-K-E-E-S. And they even copied the Beatles when it came to getting hit records. The Monkees ran off 11 top 40 hits, including 6 top 10s with 3 number 1s in a short span of 18 months. And they set a record on the album chart by occupying the number 1 position for more weeks in a row than anybody else. And here's how they did it. Their first album, called The Monkees, hit number 1 at the end of 1966, and it held the top spot for 13 straight weeks, until their second album, called More of the Monkees, knocked the first album out of the number 1 position and stayed in the top spot for 18 weeks more, which gave the Monkees continuous possession of the number 1 spot in the album chart for 31 weeks, an all-time record. And here's a song that started the Monkees climbing. Their first hit, a number 1 smash from 1966, an AT40 Extra, Last Train to Clarksville.
take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30, 'cause I've made your reservation. Don't be slow. No, no, no. No, no, no. 'Cause I'm leaving in the morning and I must see you again. We'll have one more night together till the morning brings my train and I must go. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville. I'll be waiting at the station. We'll have time for coffee, flavored kisses, and a bit of conversation. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Take the last train to Clarksville. Now I must hang up the phone. I can hear you in this noisy railroad station. All alone I'm feeling low. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. And I don't know never coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30, 'cause I've made your reservations. Don't be slow. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville.
That's an AT40 Extra, Last Train to Clarksville by the Monkees, a #1 smash from 1966. We're on our way to the #1 song in the USA and counting down.
Number 14.
Here's the English band Mike and the Mechanics. Mike is Mike Rutherford of Genesis, taking a holiday from that group to work with this one. Their second top 40 hit climbs 3 notches this week. All I Need is a Miracle. Mike and the Mechanics. Is a Miracle. Mike and the Mechanics on American Top 40, moving up 3 notches to number 14. 13 big ones to number 1, and the countdown rolls on.
Casey's Coast to Coast. American Top 40.
AT40 originates in Hollywood, and here's a band that originated just north of Hollywood in the San Fernando Valley. 6 Valley boys who grew up to become Toto. And like they totally moved from number 18 to 13 with I'll Be Over You. I'm so sure.
Some people live their dreams. Some people close their eyes. Some people's destiny passes by. There are no guarantees. There are no alibis. That's how our love must be. Don't ask why. It takes some time. God knows how long. I know that I can forget you as soon as my heart stops breaking and tears start fading. As soon as forever is through, I'll be over you. Remember in times gone by, promises we once made. What are the reasons why nothing stays the same? There were the nights holding you close. Someday I'll try to forget them as soon as my heart stops breaking and tears start fading. As soon as forever is through, I'll be over you. As soon as my heart stops breaking and tears start fading, someday I'll be over you. As soon as my heart stops breaking and tears start fading, someday I'll be over you. As soon as my heart.
Climbing 5 notches to number 13, Toto and I'll Be Over You from their album Fahrenheit. On American Top 40, I'm Casey Kasem.
The hits from coast to coast.
Once a week with AT40, and you know how your favorite songs are doing across the USA. Like the current hit by the group that's now a duo. They're America, climbing 2 notches to number 12 with You Can Do Magic.
I never believed in things that I couldn't see. I said if I can't feel it, then how could it be? No magic could happen to me. And then I saw you, I couldn't believe it. You took my heart, I couldn't retrieve it. Said to myself, what's it all about? Now I know there can be no doubt. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one.
on the window pane. And when the night it gets so cold, when I can't sleep again, you come to me. I hold you tight, the rain disappears. Who would believe it? With a word you dry my tears. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. And if I wanted to, I could never be free. I never believed it was true, but now it's so clear to me. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. You're the one who can put out the fire. You're the one who can put out the fire.
America at number 12 on American Top 40, moving up 2 notches, 6th week on the chart with You Can Do Magic. The current hit by the San Francisco band Journey was written by 3 of its members, Steve Perry, Neil Schon, and Jonathan Cain. The song moves up 9 big ones this week to number 11, Don't Stop Believin'.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, a smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting, up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people
Journey from their #1 LP, that's Don't Stop Believin'. The hit single is at number 11 this week, moving up 9 notches. This is Casey Kasem in Hollywood, counting down the most popular songs in the USA on American Top 40. We're 10 big hits away from the #1 song in the land, and the countdown will continue in just a moment. We're heading into the home stretch now on American Top 40, counting down the hottest hits in the country and getting closer to #1. My name's Casey Kasem, and on we go.
Number 10.
At number 10 this week is the first solo Top 40 hit by former go-go Jane Wheatland. Now, maybe you've seen the video for Jane's hit, Rush Hour. Lots of cars stuck in freeway traffic? Nope. That's not her video. Jane's video has her swimming around with dolphins. She spent 5 hours filming it in the dolphin tank. She says, everyone thought I was going to do a video with cars and traffic, but I didn't want to do that because I felt it was obvious enough. Why belabor the obvious? Instead, I wanted to concentrate on the rush part of it. And swimming with the dolphins was the most exhilarating thing I could think of. End of quote. Well, Jane Wheatland splashes into the top 10 with her current hit. Bet that's exhilarating, too. At number 10, here's Rush Hour.
Something's coming over me. I'm so dizzy I can't see. Can't make out the forest for the trees. My heart is beating faster now as the traffic's slowing down. Suddenly I'm all alone with you. It's so good, baby, when you're at the wheel. I can't believe the way I feel. It's such a rush just being with you. We're driving in the rush hour. Ooh, you send me. You take me to the rush hour. Ooh, you send me. You got me in the rush hour. Like getting hot in here. Feel me getting close to you, dear. Slow motion, moving you, moving me. Now your lips are touching mine, and in your eyes I sunshine. Honey, I know just where you're taking me. It's so good, baby, when you're at the wheel. I can't believe the way I feel. It's such a rush just being with you. We're driving in the rush hour. Ooh, you send me. You take me to the rush hour. Ooh, you send me. You got me in the rush hour.
Jane Wheatland up a notch to number 10 with Rush Hour. It's her first Top 40 solo hit, but Jane was on 5 hits before this one with the Go-Go's.
Number 9.
Up a notch, here's the band from Liverpool who really have to avoid songs with long titles because a long titled song plus their name won't fit on the record label. Here's the hit song If You Leave by Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. Number 9 in popularity, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, called OMD, with If You Leave. It's their second top 40 hit here in the U.S.
Casey's Coast to Coast. American Top 40.
American Top 40's heard in the 50 states and around the world every week on great radio stations like All Hit Music and More, K98, Austin, Texas, Clear Channel 1180 WFGN, Gaffney, South Carolina, and Blue Danube Radio, Vienna, Austria, and the ORF network across Austria. Now we're up to Howard Jones and his big hit, No One Is to Blame. This week, it falls 4 notches from where it peaked last week at number 4. Here's the song at number 8, No One Is to Blame.
You can look at the menu, but you just can't eat. You can feel the cushions, but you can't have a seat. You can dip your foot in the pool, but you can't have a swim. You can feel the punishment, but you can't commit the sin. And you want her, and she wants you. We want everyone, and you want her, and she wants you. No one, no one ever is to blame. You can build a mansion, but you just can't live in. You're the fastest runner, but you're not allowed to win. So make the rules, and let's count the cost. The insecurity is the thing that won't get lost. And you want her, and she wants you. We want everyone, and you want her, and she wants you. No one, no one ever is to blame. You can see the summit, but you can't reach it. It's the last piece of the puzzle, but you just can't make it fit. Doctor says you're cured, but you still feel the pain. Aspirations and the clouds, but your hopes go down the drain. And you want her, and she wants you. We want everyone, and you want her, and she wants you. No one, no one ever is to blame. No one ever is to blame. No one ever is to blame.
Howard Jones on American Top 40, and No One Is to Blame. This week, he falls from number 4 to number 8 in the countdown, which means we have 7 more big ones to number 1 as the countdown rocks on.
Hits from coast to coast. American Top 40.
We're counting down the week's top 40 hits according to Billboard magazine. In February, he hit number 4 with his comeback smash, Hungry Eyes. Now his follow-up climbs 2 notches in the top 10 to number 7. Here's Eric Carmen, Make Me Lose Control.
I run a comb through my hair and step out in the street.
Keep this feeling alive. Make me lose control.
Make Me Lose Control. Eric Carmen at number 7, up 2 notches. It's his 12th Top 40 hit overall. I'm Casey, counting them down on American Top 40.
Number 6.
In the 1970s, with the Edgar Winter Group, he played on hits like the #1 smash instrumental Frankenstein and sang lead on Free Ride. In 1979, he had a solo hit, Instant Replay. And now he has a top 10 solo smash with the song I Can Dream About You. He's Dan Hartman.
No more timing. Each tear that falls from my eyes. I'm not hiding the remedy to cure this old heart of mine. I can dream about you if I can't hold it tonight. I can dream about you. You know how to hold me just right. I can dream about you if I can't hold it tonight. I can dream about you. You know how to hold me just right. Moving sidewalk, I don't see under my feet. Climbing up from down here below where the street seems me lonely for you. Oh, I can dream about you if I can't hold it tonight. I can dream about you. You know how to hold me just right. I can dream about you. I'm gonna press my lips against you and hold you to me. You know you got me spellbound. What else can it be? Moving sidewalks, I don't see under my feet. Climbing up from the pain in my heart, 'cause it's you that I need. I can dream. I don't understand it. Can't keep my mind off loving you, not even for a minute. Ooh, now, baby, I'm caught up in the magic I see in you. There's one thing to do. I can dream about you if I can't hold it tonight. I can dream about you. You know how to hold me just right. Oh, I can dream about you.
Dan Hartman on American Top 40. The man born and raised in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, is at number 6, third week in the top 10, moving up 2 notches with I Can Dream About You. Now we're up to our long-distance dedication. It's from a young woman in St. Cloud, Minnesota, who found friendship and romance overseas. Here's what she writes. Dear Casey, nearly 3 years ago, I traveled to London, England. There, I met a handsome Australian rugby player. He took me by the hand and showed me the tourist sites of London and more. When it came time for me to return to school in Denmark, where I was studying, we realized we were in love. He tried every way possible to obtain enough money to afford to come back with me to Denmark, but nothing proved fruitful. Before my train departed, we promised to keep in touch, and he gave me some cassette tapes to play on my portable tape player. During my depressing, lonely, long train and ship ride back to Aalborg, Denmark, I continuously played one of the tapes of ELO with the song Last Train to London. I so terribly wanted to jump trains and return to London to be with him, but I had study obligations in Denmark. Since that time, he's returned to Sydney, Australia, and I back home to St. Cloud, Minnesota. We've kept in touch through letters and phone calls. He came to visit me for a month during last Christmas. Again, it was a difficult departure. Presently, I plan to visit him in Sydney after I graduate in November. Casey, will you please play ELO's Last Train to London for Craig in Sydney? I want him to know how I felt when I had to leave him in London, and that I'm anxiously anticipating being with him at the end of November. Thank you. Sincerely, Nyla Phillip. Nyla, here's your long-distance dedication. From 1980, that's ELO with Last Train to London. A long-distance dedication from Nyla in St. Cloud, Minnesota to Craig in Sydney, Australia. And the countdown continues on American Top 40.
Casey's Coast to Coast, American Top 40.
AT40's heard in the 50 states and around the world every week on great radio stations like WHKP, Hendersonville, North Carolina, KW3, Wenatchee, Washington, and KAYI, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Holding at number 5, it's the hit by San Francisco's Night Ranger, Sister Christian.
Sister Christian, oh, the time has come, And you know that you're the only one to say, okay. Where you going, what you looking for? You know those boys don't wanna play no more with you. It's true. Motoring, what's your price for flight? Inviting Mr. Right. You'll be alright tonight. What's your price for flight? Inviting Mr. Right. You'll be alright tonight. Sister Christian, know the time has come, and you know that you're the only one to say, okay. But you're motoring, yeah, motoring.
Sister Christian, survey song number 5 on American Top 40, 4th week in the top 10 for Night Ranger.
Number 4.
Last week, Stevie Nicks' song leaped all the way from number 21 up to number 6. This week, it steps up 2 more notches to number 4. Stevie Nicks, along with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Baby, you come knocking on my front door. Same old line you used to use before. Just said, yeah, well, what am I supposed to do? I didn't know what I was getting
6 with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers from the LP Belladonna, that's Stop Dragging My Heart Around, at number 4 in the countdown, moving up 2. Now, we're up to the recent number 1 song by Phil Collins. Now, unlike some recording stars who do their best not to be recognized in public, Phil, who lives in England, says he doesn't mind at all. He told writer Glenn O'Brien, quote, I only go to places where I know I'm going to be recognized. I live in a town called Guildford, a university town, so there's lots of kids who know me. It's not as if I drive through town in the Rolls Royce I haven't got. I just go down to the supermarket and somebody says, hey, Phil, I like the album. End of quote. At number 3 this week, here's a star who likes to mingle with a man on the street, Phil Collins with Against All Odds.
How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here taking every breath with you. Ooh, you're the only one who really knew me at all. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause we shared the laughter and the pain, and even shared the tears. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. There's nothing left here to remind me. Just the memory of your face. Oh, take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. And you coming back to me is against the odds. And that's what I've got to face. I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. There's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Now take a look at me now. 'Cause there's just an empty space. But to wait for you is all I can do, and that's what I've got to face. Take a good look at me now. 'Cause I'll still be standing here, and you coming back to me is against all odds. It's a chance I've got to take. Take a look at me now.
A song that spent 3 weeks at number 1, last week fell to 2, this week is at number 3 on American Top 40. 33-year-old Phil Collins, Against All Odds. The 2 biggies are coming right up.
Casey's Coast to Coast to Coast.
I'm Casey Kasem. Last week, you may remember, we were looking at the possibility that a rock-era record could be tied this week. Prez Prado's Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White and Debbie Boone's You Light Up My Life share first place for most weeks at number 1, with 10 weeks each at the number 1 spot. And last week, Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes racked up its 9th week at number 1. But now, the suspense is over. There's a tear in Betty Davis Eyes. She drops to number 2.
Her hair is hollow gold, her lips sweet surprise. Her hands are never cold. She's got Betty Davis eyes, she'll turn the music on you. You won't have to think twice. She's pure as New York snow. She got Betty Davis eyes. And she'll tease you, she'll unease you, all the better just to please you. She's precocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. She got Greta Garbo, stand off side. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll let you take her home, whet's her appetite. She'll lay you on the throne. She got Betty Davis eyes. She'll take a tumble on you, roll you like you were dice, until you come out blue. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll expose you when she snows you, off your feet with the crumbs she throws you. She's ferocious, and she knows just what it takes to make it pro blush. All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes. And she'll tease you, she'll unease you, all the better just to please you. She's precocious, and she knows just what it takes to make it pro blush. All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll tease you, she'll unease you, just to please you. She's got Betty Davis eyes.
Kim Carnes, after 9 weeks at number 1, non-consecutive, falls to number 2 on American Top 40 with Betty Davis Eyes. Now, as we get set to hear the number 1 song in the land, let's check out the number 1s on Billboard's other charts. Number 1 on the dance chart is the mixed for disco version of Shout by Tears for Fears. Number 1 on the soul chart is Freeway of Love by Aretha Franklin. Number 1 on the country chart is Love is Alive by the Judds. Number 1 on the album chart is Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits. And number 1 on the pop singles chart is the first number 1 for one of the hottest new bands of the 1980s. The 6-man band featuring Johnny Cola, Mario Cipollina, Billy Gibson, Sean Hopper, Chris Hayes, and their fearless leader, Huey. For the second week in a row, the most popular song in the USA is the theme from the number 1 movie of the summer, Back to the Future, Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News.
Another man sing, change your heart.
#1 song, second week in a row. That's Huey Lewis and the News on American Top 40 from the album Back to the Future soundtrack. That's Power of Love. And there you have them, the 40 most popular records in America, determined by Billboard magazine. American Top 40 is produced in Hollywood by ABC Watermark. Executive producer, Tom Rams. Producer, Don Bastani. With Meryl Schindler, Matt Wilson, Daryl Morton, Dana Schwartzwalder, Alan Kaltman, Kristen Kelly, Stu Jacobs, and Mike Williams. I'm Casey Kasem. Join me next week, and again, we'll count down the 40 most popular songs in the USA. Till then, keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the stars.